James Bond franchise kills itself. Lashana Lynch's character will inherit 007 title. Now, I saw this on Better Bachelor's channel by Joker, and I just wanted to throw my 2 cents into this because, oh boy. Right now we're on Bounding into Comics if you want to find the article here. But let's take a look at the article here. The James Bond franchise has killed itself by confirming that Lashana Lynch's character in the upcoming No Time to Die movie will inherit the title of 007. Now, at first glance, I just kind of have to wonder, like, is she inheriting this title? Is James Bond dead, or what's happening to him? Or is this like a brand new thing? I know nothing about the Bond franchise. Harper's Bazaar published an interview with Lynch with a headline that reads, Lashana Lynch on making history as the first black female 007. Okay, so initially here I am thinking to myself, she will be Bond. Like, something happened to Bond, he's gone, don't know what. See what happens here. Yeah, today on a still Saturday morning in August, Lynch is doing precisely that, chatting to me warmly, yada yada yada. Role in No Time to Die, the Bond franchise's 25th release, in which she stars as Nomi. Nami? It's supposed to be Nami. The secret agent who inherits the 007 title while Bond himself is in exile. Okay, so apparently he's still kicking around. Alrighty. Later in the article, Daily Ward would add, we saw this in her nuanced, solid performance as a single mother and pilot, Maria Rambeau, in last year's Captain Marvel, in which she successfully stretched the balance of what a hero is meant to be. And we'll see it again in her outing as the first ever female 007. Never saw Captain Marvel. Do you guys know what character they're talking about? And if so, what do you think of her acting? That's my first question. While the article doesn't offer any quotes from which confirm that she will be 007, there is one that heavily implies she will be 007. When stated, I am one black woman. If it were another black woman cast in the role, it would have been the same conversation. She would have got the same attacks, the same abuse. I'm guessing from the casting agents and people around the director and writer here. I just remind myself that the conversation is happening and that I'm part of something that will be very, very revolutionary, and chatted. According to this article, it will be the death of 007, the franchise. Kind of like how I think the Terminator series is done. According to Harper's Bazaar, this comment came in response to a discussion about the rumors that Lynch's character would be taking on the role of 007 in the film. These rumors surfaced back in July of 2019. Source claimed this is a pivotal scene at the start of the film where M says, "Come in, 007," and in walks Lashana, who is black, beautiful, and a woman. My first criticism here is whoever the heck was giving this interview response, they really, really want to emphasize the fact that this person is black. I would have been fine with just in walks in a beautiful woman, because we can clearly see. If you look at the title screen, you know what to expect. It's like, no, we gotta emphasize she's black. It's like, why? I think the fact that it's a woman is enough, don't you think? It's a popcorn dropping moment. Is it? Bond is still Bond, but he's been replaced as 007 by this stunning woman. Okay, again, like, don't know the plot right now, but if she's supposed to be taking his place, why is Bond here? I'll get to that later. That same source would also claim that Craig's James Bond would attempt to seduce Lynch's 007. The source elaborated. Bond, of course, is sexually attracted to the new female 007 and tries his usual seduction tricks, but is baffled when they don't work on a brilliant young black woman who basically rolls her eyes at him and has no interest in jumping into his bed. Well, certainly not at the beginning. Okay, I just want to say this sounds like a very bad fan fiction that someone wrote. It sounds like a very cheap fan fiction. It's like, oh no, no, we're gonna have this character be turned off by Bond, not fall for his tricks until the very end. Because we gotta have some kind of sexuality in here. It's like, I'm just kind of thinking, it's like, is there enough time in this movie to kind of form a relationship between the two? It's like, you're working with maybe 2 hours here. It's like, things are gonna get rushed. So pick your poison. Is this gonna be an action film crossed with some spies and everything? Or is it gonna be a cheesy romance film with lots of explosions? Personally, I'd rather just take the first and just have them be partners, and then you can kind of do a spin-off film where, okay, now we're starting to get into a deeper relationship kind of thing. Throwing it all in once is going to be a crapshoot. The source described the film as a Bond for the modern era who will appeal to a younger generation while sticking true to what we all expect in a Bond film. There are spectacular chase sequences and fights, and Bond is still Bond, but he's having to learn to deal with the world of #MeToo. Is this something anybody's excited to see? Like, we've said it before, and I think we all need to say it again. We watch films to escape reality. If we see this whole Me Too in the film, it's like, oh my god, why did you even bother coming to here? I could have just stepped outside and looked around. The official 007 Twitter account would share, okay, confirming Lynch will be 007. That's fine. As for her character in No Time to Die, Lynch commented, a character that is too slick, a cast iron figure, that's completely against what I stand for. Not too sure what she means by here. I didn't want to waste an opportunity when it came to what Nomi might represent. I searched for at least one moment in the script where black audience members would nod their heads, tutting at the reality, but glad to see their real life represented. Okay. I'm sorry. I just have to ask something here. Are the black audience members different from regular audience members? Is there something that's special towards the black audience that the world needs to know? Are you guys truly not regular people? Is there something that turns you on, or say, this is what makes a black movie kind of thing? It's like, in every project I am part of, no matter the budget or genre, the black experience that I'm presenting needs to be 100% authentic, she explained. See, this is my question. Like, I don't know her background and history and all that, but I'm kind of wondering, like, do you know what it means to be black? Just, does anybody know what it means to be black at this point? I just want to know, because we keep throwing that out here, and it's like, you want the black experience, you want the black audience members to like this. It's like, what happened to just regular audience members? What happened to just giving a good experience? Why does it have to be specifically black? It sounds like you're trying to hide behind something. Honestly, it kind of sounds like you're trying to hide behind the fact that you may not be a good actor. I'm pretty sure she is a good actress. Sorry, actress. Like, I'm pretty sure she is a good actress, but the fact that this is what she keeps saying is like, the black audience, the black experience, it's like, it just brings up the question, it's like, are you actually a good actor? Do you know what you're doing? Or are you trying to hide behind something? Former Bond girl Trina Park, who played Thumper opposite Sean Connery in Diamonds Are Forever, reacted to the rumors at the time, stating, LaShawna is a great actress, okay, but I don't really agree with her becoming 007. It's not about her color, a black James Bond, sure, but as a man. And yeah, like, as far as I know, everybody, it's kind of an expectation thing. It's like, James Bond will forever be a man. It's kind of like how we expect one of the, what was the thing Joker said? It's kind of like how we always expect Wonder Woman to be a woman. Yes, we'll question color changes and all that, but Wonder Woman should always be a woman. Just like James Bond should always be a man. Parks continued, it's just because Bond, the spy code, named 007 was written by Ian Fleming as a man. Miss Bond doesn't have the same ring to it. I don't know if that's really the biggest issue here, or the fact that Ian Fleming wrote it as a man. I feel like kind of at the time, it's just give your experiences, give your experience in this. Put yourselves in your character's shoes. How will they move? That's kind of, and I think that's how most writers go about it. It's like the main character, who's a woman in the story, was written by a woman because they have to put themselves in those shoes. I think there are a lot of movies already where you have a woman taking center stage, defeating men, and I like that. But I don't feel James Bond has to go there. It's been a tremendous franchise since the 60s, and they've always been innovators, not followers. They set a standard that has remained a classic film with a man as Bond. That's how I think it should stay, she elaborated. Not only did Harper's Bazaar claim Lynch is playing 007, but they also claim that her role in the film is to confront stereotypes around race and gender that have persisted for far too long. Okay, is the evil villain a racist against black people? That's the only way this will make any kind of sense. Like, again, I've never watched any of the original 007 films. Could anybody tell me, was there any type of racism that was spouted by Bond? Or any of his actions that he did that were racist? Lynch stated, I am very grateful that I get to challenge those narratives. Again, back to my earlier question. We're moving away from toxic masculinity. And that's happening because women are being open, demanding, and vocal, and calling out misbehavior as soon as we see it, she added. Okay. What happens if women are being hard to deal with? Do you call out that behavior? I'm just asking, really. Whether or not it exists or not, you can argue. But I'm just saying, is the same true for the opposite? Lynch went on to state she plans to use her platform as a celebrity for change. She stated, we are not stick figures. Now we're in the same time when artists have enough collective energy to evoke change. There's real work to be done. There are frank conversations to be had. A magazine cover is already pretty, and words don't have to be. The No Time to Die actor said. I don't really know what she's trying to get at there. In fact, Lynch says she's already speaking up on set. I mean, you're one of the performers. You kind of have to. She explained, as I've come more into myself, I've found ways to remain respectful of others, but still true to myself. Again, this kind of makes me question. It's like, what did they have you have Nomi, the character, act when you read the script? And getting back to just kind of a Scooby-Doo episode I saw, I was like, did anybody read the script before they agreed to this? I just want to know, like, Lynch, did you read the script before you said, okay, I want to do this? Or did you just see 007? Okay, I'm in. It's like, did you read the script? She continued, if something felt misrepresented or inaccurate, for example, the dynamic between a mother and her child, or the way we might wrap our hair to sleep at night, I had to learn to speak up. Okay, fair, that might be a really weird stereotype to put in there. I've been cast to tell an authentic story, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, this is supposed to be a James Bond movie. As far as I know, that means you work around spies or neat little gadgets, and there's some evil villain trying to take over the world or cause massive panic or something. It's like, what story is Nomi trying to tell? Because as far as I know, I'm not seeing one. Lynch would go on to claim her main job is her culture's fight. Again, what is it? Is the villain a racist? Do we know that? It's like, at this point, it really wouldn't spoil the movie. Because, like, we don't even know what the plot is. We have nothing to look forward to right now. However, she also stated, as a newcomer to some of these spaces, on a Monday morning, you're speaking up, making your point heard on set, and by lunchtime, you've got to get on with the job. Energy, pure and intact, yada yada. What what do you make of Lynch's comments? Okay. So that's the gist of what's happening here, and oh boy, one of the points that, excuse me, one of the points that Joker made out was, why does she have to be 007? Why couldn't she have been given a different number? And to which I say, again, as a newcomer, they're trying to push this out to a younger generation. So, does the younger generation know what the heck these numbers are supposed to represent? Is it the higher you go, the better? Is it the lower number you go, the better? Is there some significance to the numbers? Because again, like, I've never watched any of the James Bond movies, so let's say I'm kind of that new generation that comes in. It's like, I know nothing about these numbers. What's so important about these numbers? Why are these people sharing the number? I thought there was only supposed to be one number. These kinds of things. And it's just... my main problem here is, like, they're just pushing the whole, she's black, she's a woman. It's like, what does that say about this whole, the plot of the movie? Like, what is the main aspect of this? I know they're not supposed to get spoilers in the articles and all that, but just, like, when you read this, and you hear what Lynch is saying, it's like, is there anything to actually look forward to? Is there anything new? Is there anything interesting? It's like, again, it's like, I know you're not supposed to give spoilers or anything, but, like, I would have preferred that, like, if it has to be a woman takes over the spot of James Bond, I really would have preferred this if they have done it like Batman Beyond, where James Bond is just so old, he can no longer do his job, and he has to pick a new 007 to take his place, you know, save the world. And from there, it's like, okay, so we have him training a bunch of other people. And then it comes along Lynch as a newcomer. Now, obviously, she can face off against the guys, but I think what would have been better if that was the plot is that physically, we know she's not strong, but it takes more than just strength to be a spy. You also need, like, charisma. You also need to outwit your opponents. And that, I think, could easily be done through her character. But so far, I am not seeing any of that. It's just kind of, as far as I know, or rather, as far as I can see from reading this, it kind of seems like 007 is thinking with his third arm, more so than usual. That's all I can really say. When you get to the part where was it? Yeah, right here where he's trying to seduce her. I'm just like, that's makes me think, dude, how horny is James Bond? Like, this is gonna be really, really bad. I wasn't gonna go watch it anyways, but like, just on this article, everyone's gonna be so disappointed with this movie. I don't think anyone's gonna go watch this either. This is gonna bomb so badly. But tell me what you guys think. Like, I look at this, I just think to myself, if you told me that the Bond character needed to be a female, I could have probably written a better script than what's right now presented to me. Because right now, it's kind of like it's almost like what happened with Batwoman, where it's like, she's taken what someone has built and just kind of like writing coattail, rather than creating a name for themselves. Because like here, I'm trying to say, oh yeah, she's 007's partner, or she'll be taking the name of 007. It's like, what is she trying to do to earn that name? Again, I know it would be spoilers to the movie and everything, but these are questions that you really need to answer as it comes closer to the release date. These are things that the audience is going to need to know. It's like, what is it about the female 007 that'll make you say, wow, or okay, this is different, this is something we can look forward to? Because so far it's just, oh, she doesn't fall for his trick, or Bond's seduction tricks. And it's like, is that really all we're gonna go in for? You can probably spend your money on a lot of other stuff much cheaper. Anyways, though, let me go know what you guys think.